Look at everything going. All right. All right, I think we are set. We are now live. I hope everybody can. I know I only have probably like one person who's watching right now, and I think that's me. Um, my sister might be watching though, but that's kind of cool. We'll give everybody a little bit of time. Again, I hope everybody hears me. I have kind of a new little setup for the mic because I can't use this guy as I'm live building because the build's all the way back over there. So I have this little microphone that I got that should go with me. So I hope everybody can hear me. I hope the sound is coming through okay. But we'll see. We'll see how that. My camera's going a little crazy right now. All right. Let's see here. I need to get. So weird seeing my face go back on like 4 different screens while I'm managing this. All right. But cool. So we got everything up in here. I'm just gonna get my chat window set up. That way I can communicate with everybody, and if I get any chats or anything like that, we can talk. So that'll be cool, right? That should be cool. Alrighty. So, God, I can't remember how to do Twitch. How do I internet? I don't know how to internets. I don't know how to do it. Alright, chat, there we go. So we'll do chat over here. Alright, cool. Alright, so alright, got 2 people, so thanks for joining on the stream. Thanks for coming. So I'm gonna give a little bit of time for everybody, if I do, because I did send this out to a lot of different people, so we'll see if we get more people in here as the stream gets going. I do want to say that this is not going to be. You're not going to see this the whole stream. I have 2. I'm going to show you something really cool because I'm all official now and everything. But I want to show you guys that I actually do have a setup where you'll be able to see both. Now on Twitch, unfortunately the Twitch camera is over there. If you do want to watch on Twitch, but that's just my old iPhone that I have set up for that. So it's not going to have the best audio on Twitch, so I do apologize for that. It's anybody who is on Twitch. But for YouTube, I am going to have this little setup. You'll be able to see the top-down view of what I'm actually doing. But for right now, this is just going to be like the talking head portion of the stream, so everybody can kind of get situated and everything here. So again, you're not going to be left with this glaring, bright white, hot light of 1,000 suns behind me or anything. That will change as soon as I get. I really just have the window open so that I have good lighting over on the build table over there. So that's that. But I'm currently struggling to get the chat on YouTube on my Mac here, which is a bit of a struggle. But some of you probably don't really. I mean, I'm so professional, right? I'm absolutely a professional in this. Yeah, that's exactly what I am. But let's see if I can get the chat going here. And it's not like Twitch. With Twitch, you can be logged into multiple scenes here, but it looks like I don't have the ability to conversate with the live chat on my Mac. So that's kind of unfortunate. I can do it here on the computer, but looks like I can't do it here right now. But I'll go ahead and type something on the chat. So welcome everyone. To build table soon. Alright, there we go. Put that out there for everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and say hello to everybody on Twitch and apologize to them for the bad audio. So I'm sorry, Twitch, you've got the bad part of it, so I apologize. So let's see. We'll do that. And we will put the... There we go. So I got the chat on Twitch over there. You can hear it over there. Anybody who's there right now should be able to. So yeah, it looks like my sister is watching on Twitch. She's not watching on YouTube. So the YouTube video should have better audio, and it should have a little bit better. So man, I probably should close the window over there. So looking at the Twitch stream, it looks like I should probably close the windows. A bright white hot spot there, But here we are. We are finally the day of the... So I'll let you guys know it has been torture for me because I have been wanting... I've had all of these components since last week, and it has been killing me to not build this thing. I've had to wait for parts. I've had to make all the videos and wait for this build to happen before I can put anything out. So it has been killing me not to build this thing. So I am so happy that I'm here right now, able to start this build and just finally get it done and taken care of. So, like I said, it has been grueling for me not to be able to build this darn machine. But we're here now. Everything's all good, and we should be able to get going now. Let me see if I want to get the chat going for this. Because I want to be able to chat on my Mac here. So let's see. We will. I don't want to. That's out here. All right. So it looks like we got chats over there. All right. It still won't let me chat. I'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it when we deal with it. And go from there. I think maybe because I'm on 2 different computers, it sees it that it's like, no, you can't participate in. Oh, can I do this? I can do that. Yes. Aha. That's one way we can do it. Perfect. So let's see. Where's the chat over here on the Mac side of things? That's what I really want. I want to get the chat for Twitch over here on the computer so I don't miss any of you guys as I am chatting with you. So that would be very bad if I can't communicate with you. Let's see. Oh, creator dashboard. That's probably where I would need to go. All these people who are so good at Twitch and everything. Here we go. Okay, got all these people that are so good at Twitch and YouTube and all this. I commend you. I really do. I'm so lost in a lot of this stuff because I just don't know how to do this anymore. Oh, and I see your chat right over here, sis. So yeah, let's just see. And stop fighting your clothes. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to switch to the other view, and I'm going to get my chair set up and move it over there. I'm gonna try to finagle through all the cameras and the wiring that I have, and I'm gonna set up the computer on my little stand over here, so that I can stay engaged with both chats, and we can go ahead and get this build started. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So we'll go ahead and switch the cameras. I'll take this guy over here, and I'm gonna try to finagle this chair over here, which is not the easiest thing, especially with all the cables and everything I got going. All right, and then we'll move the computer over here. We'll put it right there like that. That's a good thing about a swivel chair is I can sit in it in a different way. And bravo! Hey, I did it without dying. That's awesome. Cool. All right. Now we'll move this honking beast over here like that. I think I've got everything set and ready to go. So I'm going to check the lighting over here. So it looks like everything is good. All right, cool. All right, guys, we are set and we are ready to go. You know what? I'm going to move the camera just a little bit over here. See if I can get a pretty good view this way. That way I can get a little bit closer. I'm not sitting so far away from the desk here. So what I got set up here, so this is an old ESD mat that I have. Again, I want to be ESD safe. I don't want to ruin any of the shiny new components that I have. So again, this mat is rated for working on electronics, and so that should be safe right over there. And again, if you are working on electrical components, don't work on them on the rug. Don't use the box as a way to build your computer on. That's not safe. I know a lot of you guys probably don't have an ESD mat here, but work on like your tabletop or something like that. Keep your animals away from you because you don't want to shock the components. So static electricity. So if you guys, when you rub a balloon or if you rub your feet on the carpet and you shock somebody, that's essentially what's happening with components that get damaged with ESD safety. So what happens is you don't even feel the shock. Like, it's so microscopic that happens, and those microscopic shocks will zap boards. And what they do is they sever the little connections that are on the PC parts. And it's working for a technology company for so many years. They teach you all these things. It is devastation to these boards whenever you do. So whenever you work on your components, if you're building a gaming machine, make sure that you work in an ESD safe environment. At the very least, before you start touching your components, touch metal. Touch something metal. What that does is it discharges the electricity away from your body and keeps your components safe. Like, that's the most important thing, is just keep your components safe. Because I know a lot of you guys who are building computers, you probably saved up your money for a very long time, and it would really suck if, just for just lack of just taking those proper safety precautions, that you ruin thousands of dollars worth of equipment that you bought. So be easy, take it, be safe. But other than that, let's get started. We're gonna have some fun here today, building this computer out. So this guy I did not open on camera because, like I said, I wanted to be ESD safe when building these components. So yeah, now we finally get to open this guy up and see what it looks like. So this is the MSI Mag B760 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4. So I went with a DDR4 board because, one, it's cheaper, and I went with a B760 because I don't. It's cheaper because right now the X7 series and the X and the Z series for both AMD and Intel, they're insanely overpriced right now. Over $300 for the type of board that I wanted, because I wanted a board that had a lot of components, a lot of in and out, so a lot of USB headers. Because the computer I currently have has a lot of USB, and I paid like $200 and something for that. That was a high-end board, like 8 years ago. Now, to get the same kind of board with like the Z760 and the X790s, you're paying over $300 for what I paid, you know, a high-end board, you know, several years ago. It's ridiculous the amount of money that these boards cost. So I didn't want to spend that much. So I may upgrade later. If the prices come down, I may upgrade this board to like a X790 or something like that. But for right now, I'm okay with just doing a B series. There's going to be no overclocking on this, even though my processor is an unlocked processor for overclocking. So it is a 12700K. But I won't be able to unlock those features because this board doesn't support overclocking, which I'm okay with. I'm not really a big overclocker, so I'm okay with that. So this does have a built-in Wi-Fi, which is, you know, all boards now should have built-in Wi-Fi. That's their kind of a standard. And as I said, it's got a lot of I/O, a lot of USB ports, a lot of features that I was looking for. So the guys at Micro Center were real helpful in getting me this board. And the original one that I picked out, they didn't have, but they were able to pick this one out for me, which was comparable and had the same kind of features that I was looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the board out, and this is just cardboard right over here, so we don't need this cardboard. We don't need that. And built over here, we have our Wi-Fi antennas, which we will need those for later. We do have a SATA cable. Looks like a right angle SATA cable, so nice, neat cable management if you need it. And then in here we do have some, it looks like we got some stickers. I don't know anybody who ever uses these stickers on their cables. I don't. Like, I try to keep everything nice and neat. I never use any of these SATA or fan connectors here, but that's just me. We do have some badge sticker. Oh, that's really cool. So we have different badge stickers. So the original MSI board that I got actually has a metal sticker, which I think is really, so this is just a sticker, which is okay, I guess. But it has in different colors. The other one didn't have different colors, so I'm glad that this gives you a choice on what you want to put in there. Maybe I want to go with like the silver. I'll probably go with the silver. Go with my aesthetic, because I'm gonna try to do like a mostly black with RGB, and then maybe some of the cables will be white. So I'll probably go with this silver color right over here. So that's pretty cool. And then little dragon. We got a little red dragon over here. I know. The kiddo will probably want these dragon stickers. She always likes to steal stuff from me. But that's cool. So we got our booklet of stickers. And then we've got our book, our guides over here. So this is something that I brought up. Oh, and then not to forget, we got some extra standoffs. Or actually, no, what is this? Oh, this is the screw for the M.2 connector. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The little quick release screw for the M.2 connector. So that's really cool. So this is one of my complaints that I had with the Corsair case. If you watched my video on YouTube about the Corsair case, the 5000D, it came with no documentation. It didn't even come with the booklet. I had to go searching for it online and download it. It didn't even come with like a little card that had a QR code to it. Like, I would have appreciated that. This has a QR code. So it looks like it says to scan the back of the box. So we bring the box back over here. Yeah, there it is. User manual. There's the QR code right there. So that on the Corsair case, I didn't even have, or maybe it is on the box. I have to go check the box to see if it has a QR code on the box. But I didn't get a user manual on my Corsair case, which I was kind of upset about that. But as you see here, since I have the box out, you can see that some of the things that I was looking for were Wi-Fi 6E. So that's, we have really fast Wi-Fi on this. And I was also looking for as many M.2 connections as I could possibly get. Looks like this one has those built in. So let's see, 3 M.2 connectors down over here. And you can see the I/O overview. So this has about 8 USB ports and 1 USB-C port, which was great for me because my previous computer had 7 with 1 USB-C. I can use the USB-C to branch out and for other like hubs and things like that. That was really the main thing, was just the I/O that I was looking for, and things like that. And we do have PCIe version 4.0. Which this also supports Gen 5. So if there are any PCIe 5 components that are coming out later, this will support that. So that's really good. So those are all the things that I was looking for on a board. So we'll put that over there. And we'll check the chat, see if anybody is saying anything. Doesn't look like they are. I'm not too surprised there. So Atomic69 says ESD don't really matter today. Every part got ESD safety. Looked like he didn't. He doesn't reach out. Yeah, I do. I have like multiple components over here. So Yeah, I'm trying to keep my chat up, and so I am reading the chat. So again, I see. Yeah, my sister's chiming in for me. He's like, yeah, he checks this chat. Yeah, he's checking it soon. But yeah, so ESD safety. Yeah, they probably do have a lot of shielding on a lot of the things today. But you never know. It's always good to play safe when it comes to ESD safety. I've worked with a lot of components where, I've gone through multiple boards trying to figure something out, and it was because the board got shot. So although a lot of these components are very safe, they do have shielding all over the place and everything, there's still some exposed components, and there's still a risk to ESD shock. So my philosophy is, even if there's a 1% chance of something happening, why risk it? I'd rather take proper precautions and safety and just go ahead and be safe, because I don't want that 1% chance happening of oh, my light fell down. I don't want to take that 1% chance of something bad happening, and then wondering, oh, I should have done that. I should have done that sooner. So great, valid point. Again, I do agree that a lot of these components have shielding, but yeah, I'd rather not take the risk. But here's the actual board itself. So nice shielding. This board is really heavy. I gotta say right off the bat, this board is it is beefy. I think this weighs more than my other board. So this guy is just, it's really heavy on this side, which makes sense because this is where a lot of the shielding is. Looks like this is solid metal over here. It looks like these are solid metal components over here as well. So really beefy board that we've got going on over here. Now, speaking of board and the manual, I want to say that it's really good to hold on to your manuals, even if you build the computer, everything's working fine. Hold on to the manuals, because later on down the road, you'll probably look to it for something. I actually, where did it go? Oh, it's over. I don't want to walk over there. But I have the manual for my old board, and every now and then, if I get like a new component or if I'm changing out things, I still reference that board just for things. So it's really important to hang on to these documentations, just in case you need to reference it later on. So there's the board, and I'll maybe see if we can flip this on the other side if you want to see the underbelly of it. So nice, neat board right over there. Really cool stuff. We'll put that right back over here. So really nice. So there's something that I wanted to kind of bring up, and we'll get to it. Maybe I'll get a little bit more into it. But I'm thinking, do I want to test the board first and then put it in the case? Play everything by the book and play it safe, or do I just want to go? You know what? To hell with it. Let's just build it all and just see if it works. Let's just kind of. Let's risk it, right? So I don't know if that's something that I want to do. Maybe you guys can give me a little bit of feedback on that. But while I am... Actually, Matt, I do need to go... I need to go get my phone so I can get the user manual. Speaking of which. So I'll get the user manual. And while I'm over here, I'll get the booklet to my old case. So you see here, this is my old case's user manual right over here. And I mean, I'll be honest, I know we live in a digital world, and we all try to be safe in the environment and everything, but I really like paper manuals. I really do. There's just something about them, but that's my personal preference. That's just how I like things, but that's just me. So I got an i9, 1079 i9, so Atomic 69 i5 and an i740. I need to match my GPU to my CPU. You need to match your GPU to your CPU. So what do you mean by that? I may be out of lingo on that, but or maybe it's a misspell. I'm not 100% sure. All right, let's see. So let's go ahead and scan the board here, and let's pull this out here, take a photo, there we go, and we will pull up the board. Wow, 436 pages. That would have been a really big book on that. So let's see, we will need our CPU, or a CPU fan, a case, that tells you pretty much everything you would need for this computer, which we already know. But one thing I do notice, it did not really come with any standoff screws, which I'm kind of suspicious about. But I know my case has some standoff screws, so hopefully those match up. I do have some extra ones inside of the accessories case for that, so shouldn't be too worried about that. You have a 4080, and you're okay. So your graphics card is being bottlenecked by your CPU. Yeah, I can definitely feel you on that one. So my old build has a Ryzen 1700 and a GTX 1080. So this is going to be a big upgrade over what I currently have, and I'm suffering the same problem with my Stream Deck. I don't have enough PCIe lanes to run the many USB ports that I have on my computer. So I'm kind of getting to a point where I can't the things that I want to do on my computer can't keep up with the amount of USB and tasks that I'm doing. So I feel you on that one. With the Stream Decks, it just can't keep up because there's too much stuff. Like I'll have sometimes where I'll have components turn off, like my keyboard lights will stop working, or the Stream Deck will turn off, and that's because again there's not enough PCIe lanes for the processor to work with. I get you on that one. I definitely get you on that one. All right, so let's see. Let's get down to it. So one of the things that we do look, I don't know if you guys can see the. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of looking at this on a little tiny screen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my iPad, and I am going to look at the manual on the iPad. That would make things a lot easier to do. That would make sense. That would make a lot more sense. So let's do that. Alright. Let's do. Oh, it would help if I don't close the case over the camera so that I can take the picture. Alright, much better. Much better. Okay. That way you guys too can kind of see. You can kind of see the screen there as well, so that you're not. It's still kind of blurred out, really. Nice, man. Yeah, iPad Pro 12.9. Yeah, I think this is the iPad Air. I got it when it was on sale, so I'm happy with it. Like I can't knock it. It is really good, and it works with the Apple Pencil as well. And let me see if I can turn down the brightness so that you guys can see what's on the screen. Oh yeah, that works. That works really good. All right, that works really. So I'm gonna turn down the brightness just a little bit more, so that way you guys can see that over there. Cool, perfect. All right, so we've got our quick start guide over here, and a couple of things that we want to identify. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna put the memory in next, and. Thing about memory, so any of you guys who have never built a computer or anything like that, there is a specific way that you are to put the memory in the channels. So you never want to put them in like side by side. There is a way to do this. So they kind of stagger them. And you never want to put them in the last lanes because that would expose certain things or like that. So there is a specific way that you do put the memory in here. So again, for any of you who have never built a computer, what we're going to do is look to the guide on how to install the memory. Now it goes into the processor first. I'm not going to get into that. I think the memory is a little... Actually, you know what? Yes, I am going to install the processor first. Because if I put the memory in here, then it will be a little bit more difficult to work the thing here for the processor. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that first. Since again, we're gonna follow the guides over here to install the processor. So what we are going to do is unbox our processor. And Atomic 69, I thought about getting the 13700K. I was almost ready to pull the trigger on that one, but you know what? I just said, you know what? I get a better deal on the 12.7. I went to Micro Center and I got this processor for $197. So I can't beat that deal. I mean, this is a pretty. I really can't. So I was able to get a really good processor out of steel. So yeah, I probably could have specced out this whole computer and bought a whole bunch of higher end stuff, but you know what? We got a budget. We gotta keep an eye on. So that was my main goal of not going with a lot of these different components. But you know, to each his own. But we'll go ahead and take out our processor right over here, and here we are now. A bit of trivia, if for those of you who haven't built a computer maybe in a long time, or this is your first time watching somebody build a computer, for the longest time, AMD still had pins on their processors, and the sockets were on the board. With AMD's new 7000 series, they've actually done what Intel does. And Intel, they have the pads on the processor, so you'll notice that there's no pins. There's no pins on the actual processor. That's because the pins are here. That's why this little cover plastic thing is here to protect those pins from getting bent and all kinds of stuff. So, so when you're installing a processor, there is a right way to do this. There is a notch. Usually there's an arrow. Yeah, there we go. So on this processor here, there's an arrow down here on the lower left-hand corner. And this is to let you know how to orient this. So more than likely, you'll see on the board, there's an arrow right there. That's going to match up with the arrow on the processor. And that way you don't put it in wrong because the pins are laid out in a specific way. So when you're doing this, make sure that you do it right. So, so step one is we're going to take off this little retention bar. We're going to take this off just like that. And we're going to lift up this little plastic thing right over here. And so what we're going to do is now, and this is the scary part over here, is we don't want to bend these pins or get anything in them, is we're going to take our processor, and again, we are going to take this guy, line it up, and this always terrifies me, especially with these processors that have the pins on the board itself. This always terrifies me. But we're going to drop this in like that. And I think we are good. Everything looks good there. And again, we are just following the instructions here. We are going to then, now this says to push this down, and what we're going to do is, this should pop off just like that. And we're going to put our retention bar back down. And this should apply even pressure to the processor. Oh, that scares me. That scares me so much. This is always the scariest part of these builds is putting down this processor, because this puts tension down on that processor, and there we go. Whew. That's scary. That scares me. I honestly, I don't like the, yeah, just put it in the socket. Yeah, I know, but putting it in, it really just makes me so nervous doing this, because I honestly, I like the other processor. I like the pins on the processor because I feel like those drop in a lot easier than this. Here, I feel like I'm breaking something, so it terrifies me every single time that I do this. But we got it in. Processor's in. It is good. I'm gonna put the thermal paste on later. Although the cooler that I have already has thermal paste on it, but I think I might clean that off and put my own thermal paste on it, just because it doesn't look like there's that much on there. But we'll get to that point over here. So now we're on to the memory. So we've already got the memory sockets open here, and as you see over here, it tells you how to set up your memory in its different channels. So this is 3200 DDR4 memory. I went with the Corsair Vengeance series to match the case, so it's got like the little triangle patterns like the case and everything else that I have here with Corsair. And so what it says to do is we are going to put this in slots 2 and 4. So that's going to be the two slots that we'll be using. So DIMM A2 and DIMM B2 is what we're going to be putting that in. And just to make sure that we have the right sockets, let's see. They're not labeled on the board, but judging from... Actually, I think they may... Yep, there they are. Okay, that I think it's there on the board. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to put that in socket DIMM A2 and DIMM B2. So that's going to be number 2 and number 4 is where we're going to put that in there. 3,600. Nice, man. Nice. Actually, no. Are these 3,600? No, it's 3,200. Okay, so yeah, it is 3,200, right? I thought I got 3,600. I guess I was wrong. All right, I'm going to open this guy up here. And then want to make sure that your the little notch over here. So there is a correct way to put these in. So you want to make sure that the notch is lined up with the correct notch. Right, and then when you push this down, these little tabs will click in. So we'll just go like that. And clicked in, and we are good. And it does take a little bit of force to push these down in here. So don't be scared about this. Don't be scared like me when I was putting in the processor. Like this doesn't bother me too much, but the processor scares the bejesus out of me. All right. Now, probably in the future, I'll probably get more memory so I can fill this up a little bit more. But for right now, that's perfect. That's pretty much all I need for right now. And we'll have about 32 gigs of memory in this machine once everything is all said and done. And I'm just going to go ahead and check my YouTube chat over here, make sure everything's good there. Perfect. All right. So now we've got the memory installed. Now comes the fun part. And I was asking about all the different front panel connectors and everything. I'm not going to do that yet. Now, hopefully this board is updated with the latest BIOS settings. And I won't have to take this, I won't have to take out this M.2 connector a second time, because I know on some boards you have to update the BIOS in order, because it won't see the SSD unless it has like the updated BIOS for these particular boards. But hopefully we won't have to do that, and we'll see. So I'm just going to go ahead and install the board right now. We'll go ahead and take this guy off, just like that. Perfect. Take this guy off here. Now on this board, I know that if you have more than, I think if you do max out your M.2 connectors, what will happen is that these will run at PCIe 4, unless I think if this last slot is taken up, then this will only run at PCIe 3, and if you have a graphics card too. So if you have too many things plugged in here, this last slot down over here will only run at PCIe 3.0. So keep that in mind if you are installing M.2 connectors. That is something that could potentially happen later on down the road. So we'll do that. And we'll open up. So I went with the Western Digital Black 1 terabyte Gen 4, 7,300 megabytes read-write. And yeah, I have really good luck with these. I haven't had one fail. I have one on my old build. I've used them in several builds for my friends. So these are really good SSDs that I've had a lot of experience with. I haven't had any issues with. And I can't find my knife to open up this package. So I'll just use this. So, yeah, I highly recommend these. Honestly, Samsungs are nice. I think they're a little bit overpriced, but that's just me. That's my honest opinion. They're okay, but yeah, I think they're just a little overpriced for what they offer. We'll put that over there, and we'll put you over here. And now, so this is this little cool locking mechanism that's over here with this SSD, which I really like. So we'll make sure that this is lined up right. And we'll put this in here. And we push this down and snap. Boom. That is insanely easy, and I love that. I love that that is incredibly easy to do. Now, there is thermal paste on the heat shield. Now, this heat shield, I will say, is a solid piece of metal. I like that. I don't think that this is going to generate that much heat. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking I probably should take off this sticker since this has a heat shield. Because if this sticker would prevent the heat shield from properly working. So I'm going to take this sticker off. And we'll say bye-bye to the sticker. Ah! And we will take the thermal paste plastic off over here. Come on. Man, it is sticky. It does not want to come off here. Alright, come on. There we go. Okay, so we got that off. And you guys can see there's a nice big glob of thermal paste down over here. You can see that over here. Just like that. Cool stuff. And then we'll take this guy and paste him back down over here. Just like that. Put our there we go. We got our SSD installed. Perfect. So I think, guys, yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna risk it, and I'm just gonna build this thing out, and we're gonna see if we're just gonna see if it works. Yeah, if we've taken all of our precautions and we wire everything up right, it should work. I mean, we shouldn't have any problems with it, but we'll we'll see if that goes through. We'll see if our luck holds. All right, so what I'm gonna do, since it's telling us that we're gonna do the case connectors next, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna get out the cooler, and I'm gonna take in. We'll get rid of all this plastic stuff, clear out some space, clear out all this. We don't need any of this over here. We don't need any of that. So if you saw my unboxing, this is the Corsair H150i Elite. Now this is not the one with the LCD screen. The reason why I didn't go with the LCD screen is I plan on putting my own sensor panel in the computer later on. So I don't need two LCD screens showing me the exact same thing. So I went with just the regular one. Now you can update this later on if you want to add the LCD screen. This is compatible with that. So keep that in mind if you do want to upgrade it later on. So we'll take all of our accessories that we bought earlier. And now the other thing that I have done, so I have kind of cheated a little bit. I did take the fans out. I bought some secondary fans. Some QL120s, which I think look better than these fans that come with this and the fans that come with the case. And I've gone ahead and put them into the case because I had to configure their case a little bit before this build because that case is insane. You can take a lot of things out, but I'll show you guys in a little bit what I did. But I took the Commander Pro out of this so that I could already mount it in the machine. So I kind of have all that kind of ready to go. But for this, I did save this build here for you. I don't want to rob you guys of that enjoyment of putting that in. But we'll go ahead and put the radiator or the CPU block on. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I said, hey, you know, I think I'm going to get my own thermal paste. Because I don't know if you guys can see here on the stream. I'm showing this for these guys. There's not that much thermal paste on the block here. I'm going to show that to you guys over here as well. There's just little triangles that are on there, and I don't know if that's enough. Now, I'm sure the people over at Corsair, they've done, you know, their scientists and their technicians have probably gone through, oh, that's the ideal amount of thermal paste to keep, while we keep costs down. But I think what I'm going to do, and again, I want to get your guys' opinion, but I think I'm going to go ahead and clean this off and just put my own thermal paste there and call it a day. So what do you guys think? You think that's a good call? I think it is. I mean, but again, that's just me. So I think that's what we're gonna go ahead and do right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some Q-tips and I'm gonna get some isopropyl alcohol and we're gonna clean that up. So let me go get those. All right. By the way, it was really nice walking out into the house outside of my office because It is hot in here. I had to close the door because I have a cat that likes to, you know, he's very loving and he just wants to be with everybody. But we can't have him around while we're building computer components. That would be bad. So he can't be in here right now. But it is burning hot in here. But we'll go ahead. You know what? I'm going to use this as a tray for my alcohol. Now this is 90% isopropyl alcohol. So this is best for electronics. So 91%. The reason why you want a higher percentage in the alcohol is because, again, water, electronic components, they don't mix. So the higher alcohol content you have, the better that it is. Yeah. Looking at this, I'm not 100% sure that I like. I'm gonna take a picture of that, so just to show. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be enough thermal paste in there. I really don't. So I'm gonna take my alcohol swab and we will start cleaning that off. So we'll just clean that off just there like that. And this comes off really easily. You know, like I said, you got the right tools, it should be fine. So we'll take that off. Now the reason why I don't want to use like a paper towel, why I'm using a Q-tip instead of like a paper towel or anything like that, a paper towel has like wood fibers in it, and it could potentially scratch up the copper block here. Because surprisingly, as cool as copper is pretty weak. Like it's not as strong as you guys may think that it is. So we'll go over here. Clean that up, and I can hear my cats trying to get in. Oh no, it's not a cat. It's just the girlfriend. She's spying on me. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Miss Sammy, who's probably watching right now. So hi. So the funny thing is that Sammy will not. This girl's so crazy. She will not be in the room with me while I do this. Like I'll tell her, hey, you want to learn how to build a computer? No. Okay. I'm streaming on Twitch. Okay, I'll watch. So yeah, kids, they're a hoot. They're a hoot and a half. All right, so we got that cleaned off. We are going to take our thermal paste. So I'm going with the Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut. That's what I got over at Fry's, and I read some really good reviews about this particular brand of thermal paste. And I think Sammy's watching on YouTube, and she says, "Sammy, are you crying, child?" That's kind of funny if you are. All right. Certificate of origin. So I'll probably want to hold on to that. All right, good. Excellent. So we'll go over here. And we are going to put on our thermal paste. Now, let's see. How are we going to do this? So we want to do... I like the cross pattern with the dots. That's usually my go-to. So I'll start with the cross pattern. So I'll do cross... like that. Cross pattern. And we'll do dot, 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 dot. We'll put that over here, just like that. Now, for those of you wondering what thermal paste is and why you should put it on your computer, the best way that this was explained to me is that on a microscopic level, the metal on metal, it's rough. So you have like ridges and stuff like that kind of go through. So on a microscopic level, when the two surfaces meet, they're not 100% touching. So there's usually like peaks and valleys and stuff like that, which is fine. But in order to bridge the gap in between those peaks and valleys, that's where thermal paste comes into play. It fills in all of those gaps between the two pieces of metal so that you have better contact. And so that if you have better contact, then that means that more heat can be taken out of the computer as you're building it. So that's why it's important to have thermal paste, because if you don't, you're not going to get as much heat away from the processor if you didn't. So what I'm going to go ahead and do I want to spread this? I don't know. turn. Yeah, you know what? We'll leave that here because the pressure from that should be enough to spread that out. That's been my experience in years past, so I'm gonna go forward with that. So now we are going to. Well, where are the instructions for my cooler? Because now I need the brackets. I need to know which brackets I need. What do they do with those? I know I threw a lot of stuff over here. That's for memory. And I don't know. I threw so many things everywhere. I don't know what I did with it. Unless it's still in the box. No, it's not in the box. Oh, but there is some. Oh, the screws are in the box. I may need those. Yeah. I might need those. Just a bit. That might be a little bit important for me to have the screws to tie everything down. Do you guys know what I did with it? Can you say where are the screws in Spanish? Let's see. And welcome, Emo Rubber Ducky. How are you doing? Oh, I think it's over there on the. Is this it? I think this is it. I think this is the instructions for safety and compliance. We don't need no safety and compliance warnings. We don't need that. Who needs safety and compliance? That's dumb. No, I'm kidding. You do need to be safe with these components. All right. Well, that's just. I have or did it not come with instructions? I guess not. All right. Well, looks like we're on our own. Well, hopefully we install this right. So we'll go ahead and take our mounting brackets over here. And so we don't need AMD, so we don't need that one. We are looking for the Intel. So that's that over here. And here we go. Here is the Intel bracket. There we go. And here are our screws. All right, let's see. And we want to put these through over here. Okay. You know, I swear this thing did come with instructions. I could be wrong, but let me check the box to see if it has a barcode for the instructions. Because I saw this might. Oh, yep, that's it. Yeah. So it has the instructions right over there. So we are going to scan that. Now I won't scan it with the iPad because I got the iPad already set up for the motherboard, so we're not going to do that. So there we go. Capellix. This is not an XT, is it? Is it an XT? Oh, I guess it is. All right, cool. All right. And then we want to get rid of this. So I don't want that to fall on any of the components. Perfect. And then we'll wait for our guide to load up here on the phone. But yeah, so we are going to need the, so we'll need this guy. And these are pins for LG, looks like 1150 and 1200. So we don't need those. We need for socket, let's see, 1700. That's what we're, so we need this guy right over here. Okay. And we'll pull up our guide. And let's see. So we're installing this, and how we do this is the short end. It looks like the shorter end goes in first, and the longer end comes out. So it looks like the way that this goes is, well, actually they look about the same. Ooh. Okay, I guess maybe it doesn't matter because it looks like each side is exactly the same. So I'm comparing this here. Yeah, it looks like each side is exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which way that we put that in. Perfect. Good. So we will turn this guy over, and the thermal paste is fine. Like I know you guys probably screaming at me like, no, the thermal paste. Like it's fine. I'm not worried about it. It'll stay on the processor. And Emo Rubber Ducky tells me that this is terrible, and she only says that she only says that it's terrible because I always, when she's on her streams, I tell her it's terrible too. And Mary, hello to you too. Welcome to the stream. Glad everybody's able to make it. Hope everybody learned something from this. Like everybody's happy. Like, oh, I didn't know that about the computers. I didn't know that about the computers. So that's my goal. All right, this is not lining up. Come on. Almost got it. Almost got it. There we go. And on this side, it should fall in through this hole of, You know, what's crazy about this is that these holes are not lining up. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Unless I have to kind of bend it a little bit, which I really don't want to do. But I might have to. So let's... Oh, okay, so they adjust. All right. Yeah, so don't bend it, but the little screws they do adjust back and forth. So don't bend the pins. They do adjust. Perfect. All right, and then we got this guy here. Perfect. There we go. And we'll let that adhesive that I peeled off on the bracket do its job and keep everything in place while we turn this around. So cool. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. And Sammy likes to no, my stream. No, your streams are not better than this. Like no, your streams are horrible. I've seen them. They're horrible, child. All right, so now we need to decide how we're going to mount this guy. So I think what we're going to do, because we have to figure out how this is going to situate on the case. So I'm thinking I want to put it like this on the case. So, because we're going to have the case like that. So I think I want to put it that way. So, well, actually, before we do that, let's find out where our connectors are. So I do know that we have, we'll need the CPU pump and we'll need the CPU fan here. So let's see the sensor for that. So let's find out where those components are on the board, because that'll help with orientating this. Looks like we've got JRGB, and we've got CPU. We should have CPU fan header or something like that here. Okay, system fans buried underneath over here. We have, let's see, system fan 3, jumper. We have multiple jumpers here. And there's our ATX power supply. You know what we're going to do? We are going to reference our guide. And we're going to see where that would go. So let's see here. We need... I know you guys can't see that. I've turned down the light all the way now. We are going to see which jumpers do what. So let's see. We need the page that has a... here we are. So we have CPU. So our CPU power blocks are here. And then we have, here we are, pump fan and CPU fan. So these two connectors, or at least the pump connector that's here on that is going to go up here. So they're not labeled over here on the top, but we're going to probably orientate that going up. So we're going to leave that as it is. And so yeah, I think my original plan of doing this like that will work. So we're going to put this here, move this little plastic piece out of the way. And as I said, we are going to put, hold on a minute, move this out of the way, move this out of the way, so that we can bring this over here. So I think, yeah, we're going to orientate this pump and CPU fan this way. Yeah, I think that'll work good. That'll work really good. So we'll put this like that. And we'll take our screws. these down over here like that. Oh, I think I did, yeah, I did that wrong. You gotta put these down first. I was like, why isn't this reaching down over here? Well, yeah, you gotta put these down first. So now I gotta hold this, so, which is good because this gives us an idea of what the thermal paste is gonna look like as we tighten this down. So we're gonna finger tighten this just a bit. There we go. And I'm gonna clean up this excess thermal paste that's spilled a little bit. It's not a lot, so I don't want you guys to freak out or anything. But we're gonna clean that up right over here. Again, this is why it's important to use the 90% isopropyl alcohol. And judging from the way that that's spreading, I'm going to add a little bit extra thermal paste over here on this side because it doesn't look like it's getting good coverage there. It's good. All right. And now we can set this down on our block. And I believe this is where the other screws come into play. So we'll pull these out, and then, yep, and then the thumb screws go in on top of that. So that's where we're gonna dump these guys out, and that's where these guys come into play. So we're gonna screw those in. Oh no, come on. Gotta get this out, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Screw this down and screw this down over here on this side. All right. Beautiful. And now we can tighten those down with our screwdriver. Now you want to go in a star pattern with this because you want to apply even pressure to the pad. No, child, you do not have better lighting. I'm just now seeing the comment she's making over on Twitch. And the only reason why it looks like there's better lighting is because you're watching this on Twitch. I'm sorry, Twitch followers and Twitch viewers, you don't have the best view of this because, yeah, I'm not going to pay Restream, $30 a month so I can stream to both YouTube and Twitch. So I'm sorry. But on my YouTube channel, I do have OBS launched, and so that does have a little bit better lighting on there. All right, so we're just going to tighten these up. Make sure just a little. You want to do like a one turn and then like a final kind of quarter turn if you can manage it. If it doesn't want to go a quarter turn, don't force it. Otherwise, you will crack the board underneath. So make sure that you do that like that. Perfect. Perfect. So now we've got our CPU block installed. We've got our memory installed. I think we are ready to put this guy in the case. I think we are ready to put this in the case. Awesome. I don't want to put the graphics card because that's a big guy right there. So that's not going to work out if we try to put it in the case right now. Usually, yeah, you save that for last, the graphics card, because they are so big. But these screws are going to be for mounting the fans and the radiator inside of the case, right over here. So we'll take that, and we will take these. Hopefully I don't drop anything, if one can hope. And I need to put these somewhere where I'm not going to lose them. Preferably, if I had like a little, you know what, I'll put them right over here. I'm going to put them in the little plastic case that the memory came in. I think that'll serve well. There we go. We're going to put them in there. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So now we need to get that big honking case up here on the work table. That's easier said than done. All right. So for my YouTube fans here, I am actually going to move the camera a bit. So we'll move you over here. We'll take this. All right. And this guy's big. There we go. And I just need to do a couple things before. Oh, sorry guys. We're going to take this little door off on the side over here. So we're going to take that off. And I'm going to feed these components through the back because we don't need those yet. So we don't need those yet. And we're going to lay this down on its back. Just like that. Perfect. All right. So YouTube, let's see. I think you guys are good. Twitch, I think you guys cannot see what's going on over here. So I'm going to move that over here. Perfect. And we are going to put this case in. So the guide should tell us where all the standoffs are. So I'm going to get the iPad guide out. And we need screws. So we can screw this guy down. The case should come with screws. What did I do with those? Let's see. I know I have the screws for the case. Put them over here. Ah, there they are. There they are. So we'll need these screws that came with the case. And I'll talk a little bit more about this case in just a minute. But for right now, as I said, we need to find where the screws are. Alrighty. Let's see. And oh, haha, you guys are funny. Earthquake. Okay, yeah, alright. You guys are funny in the chat over here. Alright, let's see. So we need alright, so here's where all the screws are on the case. So we need to make sure that this matches up with what's in the case. And it looks like it already is. Yeah, it's all pretty standard. So it looks like the case is already set up to go for the mounting screws. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about these little standoffs right over here. A lot of cases you can adjust these depending on what kind of case that you have. And this is an ATX case. So this already has the screws kind of mounted up for an ATX motherboard, which is what this is. So it looks like we are set to go. And we can put the motherboard inside of the case. Oh man, it is hot in here. I really wish my cat was a little bit more well behaved and didn't jump on everything, but that's fine. He's a cuddle bug. All right, so we'll put this in here. We'll line up the standoffs with the holes on our motherboard, and we also gotta get this. You know what? Does this I/O shield come off? It does. So we need to take that off first. Take that off. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it comes off. No, it's screwed in there. Okay, all right. Well, it looks like it's going in just like that. Alrighty. Put this in here like that. I think we may have to take that off because it's... I don't know why they packaged this with the shield already on it, but let's check the manual and see if it tells us that we have to take it off. So let's see. Alrighty. Oh, how nice. They have a little YouTube video to show us how to install the case there. Isn't that lovely? Let's see. I mean, I don't think I have to take off the I/O shield, but I could be wrong. Although, maybe I have to take that off? I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see what the video says. You guys must be so thrilled watching me watch YouTube videos. Alright, let's see. Ah, so you do have to take off the... I figured as much, but why would you ship the I/O shield with it already on? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That really doesn't. That's no. you should like most motherboards when they ship it, they will the I/O shield is already off and you have to install it after the fact. This one they've gone ahead and added it on there too for you, but it looks like it's on there pretty good. Like I can't see a way to easily take that off, unless is it really screwed down? Well, let's find out. Let's find out if we have to unscrew this I/O shield. Which, if you do, that would be kind of stupid. if you tell me, like, that doesn't make much sense that they would screw down the I/O shield. But again, this is a very sturdy board, so maybe it has to be that way. Not 100% sure on that. All right, that screw off. And we'll take this screw off. Alright. What's up?
Everyone's passed out, so you can have it open for a little bit.
Okay. And I've been informed that the cats have decided to take their daily cat nap and will not be bothering me during this build, so I can have the door open. Alright, so it looks like it is screwed down. That is kind of weird that they would screw down the I/O shield like that. Huh. Yeah, most board when I used to build boards or build computers, that wasn't the case. Like they always shipped these separately because they knew that you had to install it into the case, and then you would install it afterwards. But I guess that's a little bit different how they're doing things. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me that they would do that. Alright, so we'll unscrew this one. And honestly, it doesn't make much sense because the way this one is screwed down, you have to get to the back side of the board. But how do you get to the back side of the board once it's... That doesn't make much sense. Doesn't make much sense at all, but let's go ahead and put this guy in now. So we'll hold this by here. Now slide this in. There we go. That fits a lot better. Who would have thought? Right? Who would have thought? Yeah, that does, Well, let's do this. I'm gonna get at least 2 screws out of the case here, and we're gonna tighten down the motherboard. So we'll get some of the motherboard screws, which are right. It's this one right over here. So let me get my knife. We'll open this bad boy up. Yeah, that doesn't make much sense on how they did this particular board, where they would have the I/O shield have to be removable in order for you to put it in the case, but then a couple of the screws are behind the case. Like that doesn't, or behind the motherboard. That doesn't make sense. That's kind of that. And I was looking to see if there was a way, like, oh, maybe I'm doing it wrong. No, I wasn't doing it wrong. That's just kind of a weird way to do it, if you ask me. But who knows? Who knows? We'll see how this goes. Okay. So I'll tighten down 2 screws. I don't want to fully tighten this down because I may take this out in a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right, and then we'll see if the IO shield will fit. Put this over here coming from the back. No, see, now I can't put it in that way. Maybe I am doing something wrong. Which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Or I wouldn't put it past myself that I am doing something wrong. So, we'll see. Alright, let's pull this guy up. Just like that. Alright, we'll pull it back up. Let's see. Alright. Let's put the IO shield back on and see if it will fit with the IO shield on the way that it came. So, again, I'm not 100% sure why they decided to do it this way. But again, I'm not one of these big wigs that make all this money, so I want to assume that they have their reasons. Let's see. Tighten this back down. All right. What's up?
Do you need assistance?
Nah. Just ask if I need assistance. It's not really assistance. It's just I don't understand why. Because most of the times when they ship these boards, they don't put these shields on because you're supposed to slide it there and then it goes in over it. But for some reason, they decided to put the shield on it already, and the screws tighten in from the back, which is kind of weird. So, I don't know. Again, it's one of these things that maybe I'm too poor to understand. All right, we'll tighten that down over here. There we go. And then we need the other. Oh, yeah, careful. All right, and we'll put the other screw in over here. We'll try this again. See if we can get this board to fit with the IO shield already installed. I'm not seeing how to do it, but again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, which is a possibility. It's a possibility, but we'll see. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, careful! Don't want this falling on any components. There we go. All right, let's see. Oh, and there goes my light. The whole stream's going to shams. No. Alright, it looks like it wants to try to fit, but I think, is it lined up? I can't tell. It looks like it's lined up. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's lined up. As far as I can tell. That's weird. That's weird. Alright. We'll see. Let me see if it lines up with the screws right here. Yeah, it screws in. Alright. I'll trust the process. I'll trust the process. That's all the crazy kids say. Won't trust the process. Alright. So I'm going to put a few screws in here just to make sure that it's secured. And then I'm going to move this up vertically so that we can work on it. And there we go. Okay, so that should be enough. And then what I'm gonna do is move this guy in here so that it doesn't fall. And we'll move this up vertically. Just like that. Perfect. And I know you guys on YouTube probably can't see this yet. So I'm going to move you guys so you can get a better view. Again, trust in this. All right, let's go here. Make sure you guys get a good view inside of there. So I'll probably need another light because my battery pack on that went out. So we'll get another battery pack so that I can give you guys more light. And there we go. Aziz light. I don't know if any of you know what movie that came from. Some of you kids probably don't even know. If you do know, bravo. Bravo to you. If you do know which movie that came from. Alright, so this kind of is a little awkward in that I have to put that there. And yeah, so that's good. We'll leave that there. Leave that right there. All right. Let's finish this. I may get the smaller screwdriver to fit into those tiny gaps because this big bulky one does not seem to be working. So we'll get it over here. So yeah, so that's a screw standoff there. We'll screw that in. There we go. Perfect. And then we've got one over here. Top left corner. You know, I gotta say already that I know the build's not all the way done yet, but I already like the way this looks. It really looks so good, and I'm so happy for this. Looks amazing. And I haven't even turned on the lights or anything on it yet, but it already is starting to look really good. Solid choices in my opinion on everything that I picked. And I wanted to keep the design aesthetic the same. So I'm pretty happy that I was able to get the case that has like this triangle pattern, and then this has it, and then the memory has it. So I'm like over the moon right now with how good this is looking. All right, and motherboard is bolted in. Just make sure that these are nice and tight. Good. Good. Perfect. And let's check chat to make sure I'm not missing anybody here. I don't think I'm missing anybody, but Desert Sun, yeah, she's on the trust process, yeah. How squeaky? No, my floor's not squeaky. It's actually my chair that's squeaking all like that. So it actually go there. Okay. All right, cool. So that's looking really good. Next thing is we're going to get the radiator mounted up. So we're going to put the radiator up here on the top. So what we probably need are the long screws for that, which are, oh yeah, they're in the there goes the light again. That light just wants to be the star of the show. They are in that, yeah, they're right here. So those screws are right over. So we'll probably need the extra long screws, the ones that go through the radiator and through the fan to, so we'll see which ones are those. Actually, yeah, I need the guide for that. So let's see how we mount that over here. Looks like that's good. That's good. Oh, okay. So the long screws, yeah, go through the fan into the radiator, and then the radiator bolts to the top. So let's go ahead and bolt the radiator to the top first. That takes, it looks like from the guide, 2, 4, 6, takes 6 screws and 6 washers. So six short screws and 6 washers. So we're going to take the 6 short guys here. Let's see here. Okay, so 6. And then we need 6 washers to go along with those. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so we got our 6 here. And then let's see. Oh, telling me that I need to move my camera for Twitch? Yes, I need to move my camera for Twitch. So let's move that up. So I moved you guys for YouTube, but I didn't move it for Twitch. So let me move you guys while I have screws in my hand. That's not awkward at all. So let's move you down like that. This is going to be an awkward angle because this is going to go like right above my head. So I'll move you guys over here. There we go. There you go, Twitch. You needy children. I had to move the camera for you guys. I kid with you. I kid with the Twitch community. I know. I'm just messing with you. Don't get mad at me. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take off the top panel here and take off this mesh, which is on the top like that. And make sure, oh, there's already cat hair all over this case. I was trying to keep it from the cats getting in here, but it looks like to no avail. The cats won. They still got hair all over everything. And there goes the light once again because we're not giving the light any attention. That light's going to be the bane of my existence. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and attach just a couple screws just to keep it mounted in place here. And yeah. Oh, it looks like it takes like 8 screws. We have to get some more screws. Oops. All right, now this is not lining up over here. There we go. Perfect. All right, so we'll mount that. And I'm just going to finger tighten this up over here. Whoa. All right. And then we'll do one over here on this side. Again, I just need this just so I can put in the other screws. I don't need this to be pretty. I just need it to just stay for just a second. All right, cool. Perfect. Got that. So let me get the other screws together and we'll get this thing bolted down. All right. You know, sometimes I forget how tedious the computer build can be, but it's fun. I'm having fun. And also too, I'm entertaining you guys, so there's that. I can't just do a straight build through. You know, I gotta keep you guys entertained, you know? Okay, now we can start screwing this guy together. Like building a computer is like very fancy IKEA IKEA building. So for those of you who've ever built IKEA furniture, it's kind of like that, but with like technology and less instructions sometimes. Now, funny story, I'm going to tell you guys. When I built my last computer, my brother, and I love my brother. I want to start off first and foremost. Rich, if you're watching, I love you. I do. But he wanted to build himself a gaming computer too. So he went out and he bought like that big fancy Thermaltake, like it looks like a giant fish tank is basically what it is. And he bought one of these liquid coolers for the computer. But I don't know why he thought it would be a good idea to get some metal sheet screws from his garage and started drilling through the radiator, and he ended up screwing through the radiator and leaking water everywhere. So he called me up and he was like, "Can you help me with this?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I took him. I took the old radiator back. We put it back in the box and returned it. Just said, "I don't know, it's not working." And I got him another one, and I helped him build that computer. So again, Rich, I love you, but that's probably one of the funniest things that's ever happened. So, oh man, that was good times. Really good times. What's up? Looks like it's nap time for everybody. Everybody's really sleepy right now. Oh, been up since about what, 8 a.m. Something like that. 7. Well, you've been up since 7. Okay. And I know I'm blocking everybody on YouTube right now, but I have to screw these down, so I'm sorry. So deal with it. And I have a couple extra screws here. I mean, I don't have to screw them in, but I'll go ahead and do it. That way it makes it more secure. What? Oh. You just tapped me what? You tapped me behind what? No, oh god. No, don't grab my love handles. I don't. Yes, that's a reminder that I need to go on my daily walk today. I've been trying to lose some weight and trying to get back in shape and everything, but yeah, you just had to remind me about my friggin' love handles. Thanks. And now the whole internet community knows about my love handles.
They can see them.
No, they can't see them.
You're on this camera.
No, the camera adds 150 pounds to your body when you're on camera.
No.
All right. Okay, so we got all the screws mounted in, the radiators mounted. Now it's time for the fans. Let's put those in here. Now I do plan on upgrading these later on. So I'm gonna the type of fans that are in here, the front, the QL 120s. I did buy some more, and when those come in, I'm gonna take those and put them up here. But for now, these will do. I'm not too sad about that, but we will put these through here and put these up. All right. So let's do this. How are we gonna mount these fans? Let's see. We need to figure out
screws.
The what? Well, yes, I know they're gonna be with screws. Jesus. I swear. Everybody's a comedian in this house.
Except for you.
I'm the funniest person you ever knew.
Nope.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well. Alright, so let's put this up over here. And then we will mount. So this is going to blow air this way, so we actually want to have it facing this way. So we want to have cold air coming down like that. So that's what we want. Oops, that. Let's hold on to that. And then just like that. Okay, get it down under here. Let's pull the slack out. Oh. All right. And I'm a little bit more quiet there. There's a little bit more concentration that I'm doing here than normal. But it should all be worth it. So you pull the slack out. There we are. Is that good? That looks good. Okay, And that's fan number 1. Fan number 2 coming in. Man, with all these computers, it gets so hot in here. I mean, I'm getting a workout just building this computer. Oh, it's hot.
You have no fan on at all. That's why.
The what?
You have no fan on at all.
Oh, well, yeah. Turn on the
You
ceiling
turn
fan.
it off.
I didn't know I turned off the ceiling fan. I wonder
That's why there's no circulation.
it's extra hot in here. Yeah, that would definitely do it. That would definitely do it. Oh man, that already feels better.
Should have had a V8.
All right. Put that here. And then fan number 2 will go right there as well. Perfect. Ew. Put this screw here.
There's a lot of screwing going on.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of screws.
That's not what I said.
I know what you said. I'm well aware of what you said. But I'm trying to keep this channel kid friendly.
The kid left.
There may be other kids.
She had to go bye-bye.
Alright. Okay. Let's see here. Oh man. I can't believe how much how long I was going without those fans. Like I'm like, yeah, it probably wasn't a good idea for me to have fans off. Alright, so let me try. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because I'm gonna have that corset. But I mean, I'm gonna change these out later, so I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Because I could, I mean, they have this Corsair logo here on the side, but the bad thing about that is that the cables run out to the side, and that makes it hard for cable man. I want to have the cables in the back so I can route them through the holes. But since I'm changing these out later, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just put them like this.
Do I get those yet?
Well, you don't have enough room for those. You already have the 3 fans in your...
No, at least one of them. The one doesn't light up.
I changed that one out.
I thought we only had 2 extra fans.
3.
Oh,
Go
okay.
go look at your case. Go. You'll see it. Yeah, I already put the good fans in there.
Got the good fans.
Well, you know what I mean.
I thought we left the one in.
No.
You didn't put one on the top like we talked about. That's why.
Well, it doesn't need one.
It's RGB.
It's
Only all the lights.
Only if you get the cooler like this one. Only if you get. That's where I would need that.
Give me $100.
You think I'm made of money?
I don't know.
Jeez. Between you and Sammy. Alright, screw that in. Alright. I mean, this looks good. Like I said, these are going to get changed out when the new fans come in, so it doesn't really matter.
What did 3-pack of those fans cost?
$106 is how much they cost.
So I need to save up $106
But you gotta order them on. I don't know if that was a special deal that they had going on, because normally they're $139 from Best Buy, Newegg, and.
So I need to save up like $150 to get the pretty.
Well,
pretty
if you're gonna spend $150, I would just get a cooler, a water cooler.
But it doesn't come with the pretty lights.
It does come with. It comes with one. If you get the dual one, then it comes with
the
2.
circle?
Yeah. The dual one comes with 2 of these. It's exactly like this, but with 2.
Yeah, but those aren't those ones that light up around
No,
the circle.
they're not-
That's
they're
the
not
one
those,
I'm talking
no.
about. The pretty ones, like you put in the front.
Oh, I may have made a boo-boo.
Oh no! Womp womp.
I gotta take the motherboard out. Because I can't get to the screws. I can't get to the screws for the back of these fans. You know what?
Oh, I can't. You just can't reach. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's blocked. But you know what? Here's yeah, because the motherboard's in the way. I'm just gonna tighten these since I'm gonna take these out later on. I'm not gonna worry about that. Those screws. I'm actually just gonna leave that as is. Yeah, we'll leave that as
Move,
is.
does it?
The what?
They're not moving.
No. I'm gonna leave those. Although I probably gonna have to take out the fans because there's some cable routing that I'm gonna have to do. But I'll do that when I clean. So I'm not gonna clean the cables. I'm just gonna get the computer up and working. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Just want to make sure that it works. Yeah. And that's when I'll end the stream. Okay. All right. So this guy, he goes. This is the pump header, and then this guy goes to a USB 2.0 port. Is where this guy goes. So we'll route him up over here. For now. Yeah, we'll route that there for now. Okay. The what? It's not dead, just goes to sleep.
How you make it?
Click.
On what?
The keyboard.
Oh, it's alive.
Yeah. Alright, so let me see.
That was her.
What'd she say?
That was Sammy.
Yeah, it was. The crying child. Yeah, that was Sammy. Alright, so let's
But she was on
see.
Twitch.
She is. She moved over to Twitch.
And now she's gone.
Yeah. Sammy's gone. Okay. I need to find out which one is the
It's a very,
pump.
very lovely projector we have over there in the corner.
Right. Alright, so which one is the pump? It is the first one there. Okay, so we need to plug you in to. There you are.
Your handy dandy flashlight.
Yep, my handy dandy flashlight. Right over there. Gives me light right where I need it. Okay. So we need that first pump is that one. Yeah, this is the tedious part. Is the all the little connectors and everything.
Bye bye.
Okay. All right, so we got that plugged in, and then we need a, it looks like a USB 2.0 header is what we need. Let's see where. Okay, so we'll come to that later. All right, so we got all that plugged in. I think now what we'll go ahead and do is the power supply. We'll go ahead and route that guy over here. So we'll open that guy up. Take out all of our lovely cables that we have with the power supply. Actually, you know what? I will just put them on the floor right over here because they're kind of in the way. Just like that. Okay. And we'll turn this off. Turn this guy around. All right. And see the lovely mess that's here in the back. All right, so takes the power supply. Now this is the Corsair RM850 Shift. So the difference between this and a regular power supply is usually the power supply connectors are here on the back, but they have shifted over here to the side. So the connectors are actually going to be right over here, which I think is really, really cool. We're going to take this little safety sticker off and put this guy right over here. Perfect. Just like that. Actually, does it fit in? No, it does not. So let's put you... Can you rotate? No, you don't have enough room to rotate. Let's take out these hard drive bay cages. That way it gives us a little bit more room. So we'll take those out. And move you over here. Perfect. Alright, so we need the cables for the power supply, which I do not recall where I put those. Great. Oh, wait, man, where did I put those? Let's see. That box of screws should be somewhere that I cannot find and I cannot recall. But I thought I put them away, and everything appears to be falling apart now. The whole world is coming and crashing down. Oh no. It's really hard navigating through all the equipment here. Oh, is this? No, that's not it. That's all of the retention screws for that. Huh. Oh, wait, does the case come with the screws? I think the case, well, the case comes with the screws, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's make some room over here. Okay, we don't need that bag. 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 This is for something else. Put that down there. Put that down there. We don't need that. Don't need that. Put these over here. Alright. What did I do with the bag that had all of the power supply screws? Must be around here somewhere. Let's see. Oh, there. They're right there for power supply. Clearly labeled, and I am not paying attention. So they were clearly labeled for the power supply right there. Oh, man. All these screws get very confusing very easily. Okay. So we'll put these screws in and get this all situated. And again, the power supply too has that little diamond pattern. The Corsair's little known diamond pattern, so it blends in very well with the rest of the build, which I like. I like it when things kind of come together like that. Makes me happy. Oh, this little screw wants to be stubborn. We'll come back to him. Actually, you know what? Let's try a different. Because sometimes if a screw won't go in all the way, it may be just a bad screw with that. So we'll come back to it. We'll see if it could also be that I've tightened this down and don't give any slack for it. So that could also be part of the reason. So let's see. Let's try that. And we're going to change out this guy for, let's see, let's try, almost. What's that? There we go. So we're going to swap this out for this bit here. And we're going to put this guy just like that. Little hex nut. There we go. There we go. With these hex nuts, you do want to use kind of a socket. It'll get a little bit more grip rather than the what do you call it? The Phillips. and that way you don't strip it out. A lot safer to do it that way. All right. Put those back. So our power supply is installed. It's good to go. Now we need to figure out what we need. So we definitely are going to need the motherboard cable, which is going to be this big, bad, beefy, honking guy right over here. We are going to need the CPU cable, which should be one of these. It's a Type 5 cable. Come on, what do we need? What do we need? What do we need? We are going to need a SATA connector for our Commander Pro over here. I don't think we'll need two, so we'll just put one for now. And I think we're going to need... there's our CPU cable. There's that guy right over here. And then we are going to need our GPU cable, which is this big bad guy, which has the big gauge cables there like that. So we'll need that. We'll hold on to these other PCIe cables if we do need them. I don't think we'll need any Molex, so we can count those out. So we'll put those off to the side for now. But let's do this. All right. We got our CPU cable here. So one side, as you see, has a split end over here like that. The other is solid. This is what's going to go into your motherboard. This is what's going to go into the power supply. So we'll start by putting those in right over here. So we have the motherboard cables, which will slot in just like that. And for those of you who are wondering, CableMod actually just released their Type 5 connector. So the connectors that are compatible with the Shift series, which this power supply is, they just launched their cables for the Type 5 cable. So those are currently out on CableMod. So if you guys love CableMod cables, which I probably will be getting later on, they just launched with those. So that's really exciting. I'm glad that those finally came out. Again, we need their CPU cable. We'll pull that out here like that. And then this will go in to this guy up here on the top. I believe, yes. Or no, it goes on the side. Yeah, it goes here. PCIe and CPU. There we are. Just like that. Make sure you feel that nice snug click. They're nice and snug in there. We don't want anything to short out. So that goes there. And then we will get our... Actually, I'm going to wait on this. I'm going to wait on this until I get the GPU out and in here. But we can go ahead and connect up our PCIe cables for our RGB lights. So Type 5 connector, you go up here on the top. Perfect. There we go. And those are going to be our main cables that we're going to have here for the computer. So as I said, the Commander Pro takes a SATA connection for its cables. So we're gonna get these up and going. So oh good, I hooked them up in the right sequence. Cool. So what we're gonna do is hook these guys up. So now we can plug these into our Commander Pro. So we'll do click for the fans. Come on, get in there. If we can plug in our fans, come on. Yeah, there we go. This should fit in over here like this. At least they should. That little connector is off. I don't know if... There we go. And then we'll do that. And then 2. And then 3. Actually, that may not be the right cable for that. Where are you coming? Oh, this is for the... Okay. That's what that's for. Get rid of that. This is for the CPU. Actually, I don't know where that's going to. We'll figure it out later. We'll figure that out. We'll hold that off to the side. This is what PC building is all about. It's like, yeah, we'll figure it out later. All right, so this goes into 2. I know that much for sure. So that'll go into 2. That will go into 3. And then our last fan will go over here into that. Just like that. All right. There we go. Perfect. So we got all our fans. This is what I don't like about Corsair. It's just the wiring mess for all of this. So that I'm not happy about. But we'll work on that later. We do need a USB 3.0 hub. And then these are all of the switches for our case. And this is also going to need a USB. Or what do you need? You need a RGB header. Is that what you need? Yes, I think this is an RGB header. USB. So we have a USB header here. We have SATA connector, which is what we need down here. So we can actually go ahead and hook this guy up like so. And so we will take these cables. And as I said, I'm not too worried about cable management yet. I'm not going to bore you guys with that part of the stream. I'm actually going to do that afterwards. But we do want to get these cables routed in some way or another so that we can get everything up and going. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the case back around. And actually, you know what? Let's unhook these because we may have to have a little bit more slack to route these cables through. So we'll pull these out through over here like that. Okay, perfect. And then we have our nice little grommets right here so we can feed our cables in. Perfect. Actually, let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's feed in the cables through our little grommets and push them through. So let's turn this guy around again. And all right, and actually, let's see. Let's find out. Let's look to our guide and see what is what first before we route all of these cables all willy-nilly. We do need some USB cables for some of our items. So let's see. We have, let's see, 2 USB jumpers here. So we've got 2 USBs there. And then looks like we've got our audio connectors are all the way over here on this side. And then our power, which were our little tiny connectors for our motherboard, those are, let's see. Oh, did I miss? I went right past it. Those jumpers appear to be up here, I believe. Let me see. Let's pull up our diagram. Power. System, something like that. ATX power. So I don't know where the switch is for our jumpers are there. Oh, it would help if I wasn't looking at it in German. Yeah, so let's let's look at the English instructions instead of German. I thought that looked kind of weird. All right, let's see. System fan, so USB 1, 2. All right, then we have another USB header here. Looks like this may be a USB, yeah, so that's USB-C. And then our system fan, and then RGB pumps, power. I can't see where our jumpers are for turning on the computer. That's weird. So let's see. Anything else here? Where are our power jumpers? That's weird. I may be missing it though. That's probably just what it is. I'm probably just missing where the power jumpers are. It's somewhere here. Our ARGB system fan 1, ATX power, which is what we go for there, and then USB 3. Huh. Well, that's hard to see. I can't tell what is what. well, let's go a little bit further and see if maybe it goes into detail about where those jumpers are. So let's see. Because sometimes it may not be with like the main overview, maybe just be with the... Here we are. Okay, that's where we are. Okay, perfect. So it's down here under this guy. So there it is. It's jumper 1. So jumper 1 is our power LED, power switch, HDD, and reset switch. Okay, so we need those little tiny cables that are on the back that come from our case, because that's what will make the power button work. And there goes the light for like the 5th time in this stream. Oh man, this light just does not like being not the center of attention. It just wants to make himself known to everybody. Alright, so what we need... Nope, you stay put. You stay put up there. So what we need are these little jumpers here, the ones that come from the case. So we're going to pull those out of that. And I think that's all we have coming from the case. I just want to make sure that we got them all. Okay, so that goes to there. That's the USB-C one. So we have power. There you go. So we have all 4 of them here. So we have our power LED, power reset, and power switch there. Okay, cool. So we've got those down here. We are going to route these up because they are on the bottom. So we're going to come to the bottom there. And those will stay like that. And we're going to plug those in. What these jumpers, what they do is they power the power button, essentially. And all the little lights that the power button has, to show that the power is on. So that's what those do. So there's these 4 little cables that are right here. This one is split over here. And again, always refer to your motherboard guide to help you figure out what is what. So let's see. Power LED. Let's see. What we've got is we got power reset switch, which is going to be, we're going to have this one left over in reserve. So this is going to be down on the bottom. So let's see. Power reset switch is this one over here, and this goes which way? So one side's positive, one side is negative. So we need to figure out which is which. And you would go, looks like this way. That's the way that you would go. Okay. So we'll put that jumper in like that. Perfect. And we should have that one sticking out. Yes, we do. And then power switch is on the top. So we'll put this guy here on the top. Perfect. All right, we got that in beautifully. And then we have our power LED. So positive goes to the left, negative goes to the right. So it looks like they go in this way. So we'll put them in that way. So positive on the left, negative on the right. So we've got positive on the left. Let me split these guys up a bit, make it a little bit easier for me. So negative on the left, positive is on the right. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. And the other thing it says is if you have a HDD LED, we don't have that, so because we don't have a traditional hard drive, so we don't need that switch here. There's also a jumper here for speakers. We don't have a speaker installed, and when they mean by speakers, some boards have like a little tiny speaker to tell you if there's any errors or anything like that. This computer doesn't have that, so we don't have to worry about that so much. I'm going to go on the other side and feed through some more cables. I will feed through. Let's see. Let's do the. Actually, you know what? I just need those for now. I'm not going to plug in the USB jumpers yet. I'm going to wait until I do my cable management for that. But what I will plug in is the USB jumper for the for our fans, because we do need that so they can all turn on. So we're going to turn that over here, and let's see, which one is a USB jumper again? I'm sure it says it, but I just want to make sure. Let's start with USB 1. So let's start with that guy. We'll do here. It looks like it's faced that way, and that's how that goes. Perfect. There we go. We got a USB jumper there for them. Beautiful. All right. And what else do we need? We have our fans. We have our jumper. Oh, our CPU needs a USB as well. So let's pull that through. And that goes through a special type of connector. That is, let's see. That needs a USB 3.0, which is that guy. And it looks like that might present a problem because I only have one USB 3.0 connector. But let me double check on. Let me see what we got. Let's see. That might be. No, it looks like that might not be a USB 3. I mean, it might be, but let's check our guide on our cooler and see if see where it goes. So let's see. It needs, the type of connector that it needs is so many things you have to go through to figure this out. All right, let's see. What kind of connector do you need for that pump? All right, so we need to go to page 10, is what it says. There we go, page 10. Oh, looks like that goes into the back of the command. We don't need an extra USB 3.0. We're good. We're good. It needs this guy. This is what it needs. Perfect. Does it go in a specific? Yes, it goes in a very specific way. So you go in like that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So we've got that jumper in for that. We've got that jumper in for that. I think the only thing left to do to make sure that the computer is working is to plug in the graphics card. I think we're at that point now. Yeah, we're at the point where we can plug in the graphics card and just hope that everything works nice. So let's get that guy open. This is the one I've been waiting for to open up, is our beautiful graphics card. It's been killing me not to open this. I just like put it in my old system, but I was like, nah, I better not. I better not do that. All right, let's go ahead and open this guy up. And I can tell you, the box feels weird. It doesn't feel like a normal box. It's got like some texture to it. Like it's rough. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting the box to be rough. It's kind of sticky. But there you go. We have our little short unboxing of this here. It is the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti is what we're going for here. All right. Hey, let's do this. And it's telling me that YouTube video sounds muffled. Yeah, that's because I have a different microphone using for the YouTube. It's like right up on my voice box right over here. So that's probably why it sounds different. But we'll go ahead and open this guy up here. Oh, let's put it on this side. Oh, I love the smell of new GPU in the morning. That smells amazing. All right. And there we are, guys. And there is the bracket to hold this up. Is that what this is? That looks kind of cool. Yeah, I might install that. That looks pretty cool. And then here is our cables, to plug into the power supply there. Okay. And let's pull this guy out here. Here is our GPU. Oh, I'm so excited. this is a big upgrade over my 1080. Like, this is 3 generations of graphics cards what we're going in. So that's a big jump. And I love it. I've missed out on so many things on GPUs. Let's go ahead and open her up here. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks so nice. Oh, that looks amazing. So one of the things I wanted to see and get some impressions, like, do I want to mount it vertically, which looking at this right now, I think I do. I might get the bracket to mount this vertically, or if I wanted to mount it traditionally like here. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the vertical mount because this looks cool. Like mounting it vertically like this, that looks pretty badass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go vertical. I'm gonna buy the riser, and I'm gonna mount that guy vertically because that looks sweet. God, this guy is so much bigger than my old graphics card. God, this is massive. Oh man, that is insane how big that graphics card is. But all sweet, all the same. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Cool. Yeah. I'm just kind of gobsmacked right now because it just looks so nice. Let's get the graphics card installed. So we'll need our screwdriver, which is somewhere hidden underneath all these packages here. This is looks like a 3-slot card, so we will have to take out 3 of these guys here to mount this beast. So that's 1. And hold on to the screws here. So that's 1, 2, and 3 is what we got. I don't even know if I can mount it vertically because it's just a beast of a card. Like, Jesus. I may not be able to mount it vertically. Let me see. Can I? No, let me test this out because I don't even know if I can mount it vertically because it's just a big card. I knew the 40 series were huge, but I didn't know if it was gonna be that big. But let's see if it'll fit here. Just to see if it'll fit on these slots here. I don't think that it will, but you never know. I gotta take this guy off. Okay, so we gotta take this guy off. Let's just see, because I'm curious if it will actually mount vertically. But how beefy this card. Oh no, it won't fit vertically. It's too wide because this only has a 2-slot card for 2-slot area for a card. This needs 3. No, I can't mount it vertically in this case. That's a bummer. Oh well, looks like it is going to be mounted traditionally. Darn, that kind of sucks. Because this would have looked really cool mounted vertically, but I might have to put a. Alright, so here is the mounting bracket here. So I gotta figure out how this probably goes in a very specific way, and it's probably in the instructions that I threw somewhere. I don't know where they are now. Let's see. Let's find those instructions that I just tossed somewhere. Maybe they're back in the box. No, they're not in the box. Or maybe they're in that box. Yes, they're in that box. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if... Let's see how we mount the... I can't just give you a book. I gotta give you like a treasure map for this? Jesus. Alright, let's see. How do we mount... It doesn't really tell you how to mount this this card over here. That doesn't really do me much good now, does it? Although it probably is on the side here. Yeah, I think it's let's see. Let's see what we can do here. So it probably mounts like here for extra support. That's what I'm guessing. But that doesn't look very nice. No, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem like it would do that. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Alright, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Okay. So the way it looks like it mounts, and we're going to put this in right here like that, is that it mounts over here to give you more structural support for the actual graphics card, which that makes sense. So let's do that. Let's take these screws out and mount it up. So we'll take these out and we will add that structural strength to it. Yeah, because these cards are so big, there is a lot of sagging when it comes to these particular cards, which, you know, that's something that the community has said, oh, we don't really like that much sag in the card, but really there's not much you can do about that because the cards are just so beefy. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this card and I'm going to move this over to the side for now, and we're actually going to install it with the case laying on the side is how we're going to install this. So let's move all these items over here. Move these screws, and I know there's one more screw over here. Just like that. And again, the light has to make an appearance. I think that's like 7 times now, for anybody who's keeping track. I don't know. Alright, so let's lay this on its side. So we're getting back over here. You need to stop trying to take out my graphics card light. That is not cool. That is not cool at all. Alright, remove these hoses out of the way. We're going to take the little protective shielding that's on here, and I know you guys on YouTube can't really see, but we're going to take this card, and just slot it in place. So let's take it here, make sure everything is lined up, and boom, we are slotted in. Perfect. And before we tighten everything down, I'm going to take this bracket that comes with it. Looks like we need to take out another screw here. And we're going to mount this baby up just like this. Oh, I got to take them all out. Okay. Well, this requires a lot of... I can see why people haven't opted to do this. Like, it does take a little bit of... it does take a little bit of too much work, as it were, to put this guy in. But let's do this. Let's put this screw in here like that. I'm going to take that. You are going to screw in right there. Oh, this is tedious. I don't know if I like that. Okay. And then we'll put in the second one over here. There we go. Put that screw in like that. Yeah, man, this is... For those of you just tuning in and putting in the graphics card, this is pretty tedious. I don't know if I really like that all that much. All for the sake of not having the card sag. Which, to be honest, NVIDIA, if you were smart, you would make a card that didn't need any of this, and just made a card that worked. You know, I'm just saying. I gotta get over here somehow. How am I gonna? Yeah, this is. I'm not liking this. I can see why so many people have opted not to put these shrouds in, because they are very tedious to get in here, and I don't like that. I really don't like how hard that is to maneuver. That's not cool. And even, yeah. I may just get a secondary bracket and just let it sag for now. And I may just go back and just get, like I said, a secondary bracket off market, because this one that comes with it, I can't really get it to work in this particular case. It may work in a very specific case, but for this one, it's not working. So I'm going to actually bypass that and just install it normally. So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I'm kind of sad that I'm not able to do a vertical mount in this case. I really thought that I would be able to. But yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate. Would have looked cool. Would have looked really cool, but it is what it is. I don't know, maybe I could do a mod or something in the future. And do it there. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Maybe I'll do a case mod on it and allows me to mount that up the way I want. Put you in there. Perfect. Perfect. And we only got like 3 more screws to go. Yep. There we go. But it's looking beautiful. The case and the components, everything. I mean, I'm really glad I picked a lot of these components because they look amazing. And I just dropped the screw in the motherboard. And there goes that damn light again. Screw out of there. Oh, sorry. Where's my flashlight? I can't see where the screw went. Great. I don't want to have to take out the whole graphic. Ah, there you are. Okay. I see you. He kind of wedged himself in between the heat pipes there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get him out. Let's see if we can get him out of here. So we are going to so it's a good thing it didn't hit any components, it just hit all the heat pipes and everything, so that's good. Let's see if we can get it. Let's use one of these guys. No, I'm gonna have to take the card. Ah, damn it. Well, can I? The card. I haven't. Good. I haven't locked anything down yet, so I can actually just go ahead and pull the card out. So let's pull the card out. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We'll go ahead and slide this puppy back in. There we go. All right. And we will screw these guys in here. Yeah, and I can definitely see what people are talking about with the amount of sag on this computer or on this graphics card. It's already starting to droop a little bit. So yeah, I may get like a little bracket or something like that to hold this up over here. That way we don't have so much droopiness down on the graphics card. But there we go. That's pretty much all the major components. The only thing I have left to do is a lot of cable, so I'm actually going to test it out. It's a moment of truth now, guys. If this turns on, that'll do it for this stream. And cross your fingers. Let's see if this guy will do it. All right. Let's see. Whew. I'm a little nervous. I don't know about anybody else, but I am a little bit nervous about this. Let's get a HDMI cable. I have one somewhere. Let's see. I know I have one somewhere. I have a box full of cables here, and I think this will. Yeah, that'll do. Hopefully this isn't one of the bad HDMI cables that I have. So we'll see. And now, light, I will take you down. See, I'm giving you your... And we'll plug this into this TV here. I know it's not a monitor, but all my monitors are currently being taken up by my other computer, so I don't have a spare one. Alright, let's put you in this guy here. And we will plug you in. And guys, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that everything turns on. Oh, jeez. Get the remote for the TV. Oh! I'm okay, everyone. Everything's fine. I just need to find the remote to my television, which has decided after I put it, I was like, I need this right here. Don't lose it. I have lost it. Story of my life. All right, let's see if we get a power button. We should have a power button on the side, or not. Great, I get the one TV that doesn't have a power button on it. Oh, that's fantastic. Great. All right, well, bear with me, guys, while I find the TV remote, which I did have for this, but it just decided to walk away. Just walked away. Let's see. Nope. Well, I don't suppose anybody has like a universal remote that they can send my way within the next few seconds, instantly? No? None of you possess that kind of technology? Oh, it's right here. It's underneath the paperwork that I threw. All right. So we got the TV on. Moment of truth, guys. We're going to hit the power switch over here. I'm a little bit nervous, guys. But it is the moment of truth. Let's do it with me. You ready? I got nothing. Well, let's make sure that everything... Oh. No, she's plugged in. We got power here. Now, there are some times when it just needs a little bit of power to go through, so we'll cycle that. Make sure that's good. Make sure all that is good. And try it again. Oh, well, you know, if I was a smart person, I would have realized that I don't have the motherboard plugged in to the power supply at all. So I'm actually going to turn that off. Yeah, if I was a smart person, I would have realized that it's not plugged in. I was preparing to do that, and then I got sidetracked with the graphics card. So, false alarm, guys, false alarm. But let's get this up and going the right way. So we'll feed our cables here through our shroud. God, what's that? That's a little embarrassing. Oh, that cable is actually on the top. How am I going to manage that? So this guy goes over here. And oh, I actually have it backwards. Take him back out. Let's put you in the right way. And let's plug you in. Oh, and I probably need to plug in the graphics card too. So that I was just jumping the gun on everything here. All right, so let's plug this in over here as well. And you plug in, oh, I need two of them. So let's get another CPU cable. Need two of them. Yeah, it looks like I need two of them here. Okay. Yeah, guys, I was just ready to jump the gun on everything. Can't help it, I'm just so excited. First new build in a number of years. Alright, and then these clip in on the top, yes. So clipped. And come on. And clip. So we got them both clipped in. We've got that. And now we need our GPU power supply, which is over here. Where is my graphics card? Where did the little adapter go? It was just here. Let's see. We did have our this guy somewhere. Put it somewhere. Our Type 5 connector for our graphics card. It has to be around here somewhere. So I just put it away. Oh, jeez. If I had like a more usable workspace, I'd probably be a little bit more organized. Sadly, I don't. I don't have a workspace that is convenient to my needs, but that's okay. I know I put it somewhere around here. There's a graphics card bag. There is so many cables everywhere. I wish I didn't have so many cables. Ah, here we are. There's the graphics card cable. This is the guy that we were looking for. This is what we need. So we need to plug this guy into, and it looks like it needs the one, that's kind of dumb that it comes with two, but you only need the one. Yeah. I don't know if I like that. I really don't. But yeah, so let's put this guy to work here. And I guess this is for like a traditional power supply. So if you don't have a Type 5 power supply, this would connect to that. So actually, I don't need it. And this should plug in. Will this plug into? Does this plug into? What plugs into what? That's the question. How does this guy go? Oh, it looks like, okay, so perfect. So it looks like I don't need, I just have like one nice little neat power cable right here. So that's cool. But Corsair, the Type 5 connector, snaps right in there. Beautiful. And now I just need, now I'll probably get a cable mod 30 or 90 or 180 degree cable so I can run it like that. That way it looks a little bit neater. But for now, I'm just going to route it down here on the bottom. So that way we can just get the computer turned on. For now, is what I'm going to do. And we'll plug this guy in over here. Perfect. We got our PCIe connectors. Those are snapped in. Perfect. There we go. All right. Now is the moment of truth. So we still have our TV. No, it just turned. As soon as I sat down, it turned off. How wonderful is that? Let's move our light. Let's move our light over here. So we can get it to stop falling over. Okay. Now is the moment of truth. So we're going to hit on our power switch. Power should now be flowing through all the components on the board. And hopefully if we get a post, we should see the motherboard BIOS screen. And that'll let us know that everything went through with no problems. So fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed on YouTube. Fingers crossed on Twitch. Let's go. We have power. We have lights. And I just realized I put that light in upside down, but that's okay. We've got lights. And we have BIOS. Press it to configure your system. Yes! She lives! Awesome! It lives! We just have to configure the BIOS, install Windows, and then do all the software things. But that is that, guys. It looks like it is set to go. It's just waiting for me to set everything up. But guys, it looks amazing. It looks so good. I love it. I love it so much. That is awesome. Oh, I'm so happy that everything went through okay. But I want to thank everybody for joining. I know this is a very long stream. But I just want to thank everybody for joining in, and for this build. This has been really fun doing, especially streaming on Twitch, streaming on YouTube. But I'm just happy as all hell's bells. Like I'm so excited. But I will catch everybody later. I'll probably post pictures on my YouTube channel. I'll go more into it once everything is all said and done. I'll put pictures there, but be looking for me here on Twitch. I'll be gaming and streaming more often with this guy. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my, follow me here on Twitch, and I will catch everybody later. See ya.